let's have a look at these, because these are the gingerbread people in question. We have Annie and we have Godfrey. Now, my first question to you, Julia, is why has Annie got to be wearing a skirt?
Because gingerbread women always wear skirts. I've got the cutouts and made them with my daughter, and we've done Gingerbread-Manger with women and the children and gingerbread everything else. We've done this for years, haven't we? Denoting on, a lady's loo has got the skirt, the traffic lights and crossing a man and a woman. I've got to be honest with you, if you've got time to get bothered by what you call a gingerbread biscuit or what a gingerbread biscuit is wearing, your life must be incredibly sad and empty, and you probably need to get out more.
Chloe, you think it's a good thing? You think it's a really good thing? Yeah. Can you talk us through why you think this is a positive step in the right direction?
Well, I think society is changing and gender is changing with it.
Yeah.
So I just think, if we can be inclusive to everyone and not just binary genders, then it's kind of more inclusive society.
You say society is changing, and that's a good thing. And people like you get to actually, I would hope, live your life as you want without other people judging you or giving you grief for it. It's not abuse, and absolutely that's a wonderful thing. But you say gender is changing. It's not. It really isn't.
Well,
I was born a woman and I'm a woman, and my husband was born a man and he's a man. We don't find it complicated. The vast majority of people don't. And while we should offer every bit of help and support and respect for people who do want to change their gender or have issues about their gender, I don't think we can say that the rest of society has to completely change everything just because of a tiny minority.
I totally understand what you're saying, and it's each to their own. What anyone wants to do, I'm completely fine with everything. But Chloe, I think it's very important to say you transitioned back in 2015. Alongside your then brother, now your sister, Jamie. So both of you went through this process. How have you physically found this debate? Because, me and Gok, we're gay guys, we're very inclusive, we're all for LGBT rights and whatever, but how do you find things like this when someone like Julia that will come on, and me to a certain extent, I don't know how a gingerbread person's going to change the world. I get it, but I think there's more important things when it comes down to gender and, binary, non-binary subjects that we need to discuss. How do you, as a transgender woman, feel that things like this are helping your community?
Well, I think it's kind of it's a small thing, it's a biscuit. I'm not saying that we should all go mad over it. No, but I think that it is a small step in the right direction.
Do you know what? I have to agree with you here, Chloe. I'm going to say this, is the fact that we have to have these debates. We have to have these discussions. It's pioneering that we're discussing this on This Morning right now. This wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. And I think as
no, that's
society...
because the gingerbread biscuit wouldn't have happened.
Well, but it might have done. It might have done, or maybe there's been a need for it. So the big question is that as society changes and we evolve as people, and there are people then identifying as non-gender or binary, surely they've got as much right in this world to be respected for how they're identified. Let me finish. Surely they've got a right to be respected for their gender identity or how they identify as much as anyone. So a woman, you and your husband, for instance. So is it not a good thing then that Pret have started this debate? We're discussing it. Had Pret not done this, we wouldn't be having this debate.
But to be fair, they've still got Godfrey, which is clearly a man's name, and Annie, which is clearly a girl's name for those two biscuits. So we know which one they are.
I'll be very honest with you, that what they've done is they've turned around and made a stereotype by putting the girl in a skirt.
But it's not a stereotype. I mean, I'm sorry, most men, I would say 99.9999% of men don't wear skirts. An awful lot of women do. I often don't wear skirts. It doesn't mean it makes me a man. You talk about how society is changing. Again, I think it's wonderful that the society is now more open to people who are gay, who are lesbian, who are trans, and absolutely, again, each to their own, and we should show absolute respect. And frankly, I look at everyone as an individual. I couldn't care less about that stuff. I'd rather people were just left to live their own lives and be free. But the reality is that the rest of society isn't changing in terms of how we view our gender identity. The vast majority of people in the entire world are born one gender. They are happy with that gender. They don't even question whether they are that gender. And I do think that we are in danger of just thinking that this and it's a lot of trans activism. I don't think it is representative of a community. I don't think most trans people I've interviewed over the years are very supportive of a lot of what's going on. And I think they're trying to stir up anger and resentment and hatred, and actually trying to stir up...
Only a very small
exactly, a very small number of activists. I don't think... No, and exactly, but I don't think they're actually doing any good.
There's a lot of frustration out there. People just, we're fed up of a lot of the way we were treated, you know, so...
Yeah, and also as well, if you think about it, before women had equal rights, I mean, would we have said the same thing if you'd heard somebody turn around and say, actually, well, you know, women should be just put into their place and they shouldn't be allowed to vote?
But no one's saying keeping trans people in their place.
No, absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that debate was started, and had a debate not been started back then, we would no way ever have been as close to equal rights as we are right now.
But this isn't about trans people don't have equal rights to vote or to housing. We're talking about a biscuit. I mean, I think the vast majority of people are going, it's a biscuit.
But take it
eat
away.
the biscuit, don't eat the biscuit. Who cares?
Take it away from the biscuit for a second, because this has started the debate. What we're talking about real people with real issues, with real issues identifying and being known as the people they want to be.
And what's that got to do with whether I buy a biscuit that's called Godfrey or Annie?
Because it's starting a conversation. It's starting a movement towards in the right direction of acceptance of everyone.
I mean, effectively, you were born a gingerbread man and you have transitioned your living as a gingerbread woman. I absolutely support that. But I don't understand why that means that a major sandwich chain should feel under pressure, under attack, to try and make some sort of virtual signal about that.
Everyone in society,
do you think they do feel under attack, or shall we just say that this could be a brilliant PR stunt that we're all sitting here promoting Pret-A-Manger ginger people?
I've got to be honest, I don't really like gingerbread. Are we allowed to say that?
Yes, we want.